Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel where I will be crocheting it forward in this video by showing you how to make Bert and Ernie for my Muppet series. This is video 2, and as I was coming to record and getting my materials, I noticed that you will need to do the same pattern for Ernie as you've done for Cookie Monster, Elmo, and Oscar up until this point. Then the pattern changes. So I'm going to put the link to that in the notes, the little down arrow to your right, just underneath the video. Just click on that and you will see that video. So if you want to get that going and then come back, pause the video. It's not going to take long, maybe 10 minutes, 15. It just depends how quick you are, and then come back when you're ready to continue with this pattern. Okay, so we're back and we're getting ready to continue with Ernie's face and his hair. Everything else is the same. So at this point, if you want to crochet the eyes, you're just following the exact same thing, and even the same for his nose. Except his nose is smaller than Elmo's, as you can tell. So go ahead and do that, and then come back and I'll show you how to do his ears and also his hair. Okay? Sorry about that. Thanks. Okay, so we're back and we're getting ready to do his ears. So you probably did the same thing I did and fastened off. But which is okay, it's perfectly fine. We're going to go ahead and just do his ears, and all that is just a shell, a real quick shell. So we're going to start, get your crochet hook that you used for it's going to be the same size as you did for Ernie, the whole circle. And then we're going to go, let's see, let's start with 2 down from the line where the color change comes in. So here's 1, here's 2, and let's fasten here. Okay, so we're going to chain 1, 2, we're going to skip this one, and then we're going to go into this, should be line up with your first red double crochet and then your orange on top of that. And then we're going to do, let's see, how many did I do? 6 in the shell. So we're going to 1 double crochet, 2, this is on the same stitch, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to skip the next one and then slip stitch into the next one. Okay, and that's 1 ear. We will chain 1 and we'll fasten off. Okay, we're going to do the exact same thing to the other ear and start in the exact same place. So again, we went to the color change and then went down 2 double crochets, and then inserted in the third, actually. Okay, so we're going to slip to start. I'm going to chain 2, and then we're going to skip 1, and in that next double crochet, right where that first red double crochet is, in the second row down, we're going to do 6 double crochets, all in the same stitch. 3, 4, 5, 6, skip 1, and then slip stitch into that next one, chain 1, fasten off. Okay, And then now for his hair, you want to get like a piece of cardboard or something. I'm just going to use my phone because I don't have the cardboard with me, just to give you the basics on what to do. And what you're going to do is just make some little strips of yarn so we can do his hair, and it's going to be the same thing for Bert. We just want to wrap it around. I'll do a couple here, and then we'll get started on Bert, just to give you an idea on how to do these. And then you always want to, oops, was not supposed to let go of that. All right, and then just cut right here, and then doesn't matter if they're uneven because we're gonna trim them up here anyway. So after you get his eyes on and everything, you will want to fold him in the middle, or fold him in half so we can get to the middle, and just get a stitch marker, and then we're going to mark that so we know that we need to come down the same amount of stitches on the left side and the right side. Then we want to turn it over, and we're going to take, and you can do this, oh, I think I only did one. Looks like I only did one. I'm sorry if you can hear my stomach. So what we want to do is take that middle, this marker as our guide, and then what we're going to do is insert our hook in the top of that double crochet. You can start on the right or left, attach our yarn, pull through, and then we're going to just wrap our yarn over and pull it right across. And we're going to do that, I don't know, let me see how many I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I did 5 on each side. Again, we're just going to insert our hook, grab our yarn, pull through, and it's really a fringe, yarn over, and then pull through. It's your basic fringe pattern. Okay, and that way when you turn it around, it's nice and secure. And then at this point you can trim them however long you want them. I think that's going to be good enough. Okay, and then what I like to do is just take my needle, my sewing needle, and then just go through the yarn and separate the threads that are in the yarn. Probably want to start at the end and then work your way up. There you go. Okay, like that. That's how I got this little crazy little look right there for Bert. I mean for Ernie. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Pretty simple. So let's get started on Bert. Okay, and with him we're doing the exact same idea, the basic idea of our circle, and you just want to start with the slip knot. Grab your yarn. I'm sorry, this yarn is gold, any kind of gold you have. I'm sure yellow would work, and I'm using red heart. You want to yarn over. I slip stitch, and then I chain 2, I slip stitch to secure. And then we want to make 10 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, we're doing 12 because we're going to use 2 stitches to make our triple crochets. So 10, 11, 12, and the triple crochets are going to give us the oval look. We're going to slip stitch to the top of your first double crochet. You're going to chain 1, And then in this stitch, we're going to do 2 triple crochets. We're going to do an increase in each stitch, but on each side we're going to increase with triple crochets. Okay? And then we have 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next stitch. I should have, okay, so we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. So in this stitch, we're going to do 2, 4, 6, 8. Hold on a second, lost track here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Okay, and then we're going to do 2 triple crochets in this stitch, and I reviewed it. I reviewed how to do a triple crochet in the first video, and then finish off with the remaining stitches with just 2 double crochets in each one. And I like to count 1, 2, 1, 2. You can count how you're comfortable with. So then we end up with 24 stitches. We are going to slip stitch to the top of our first triple crochet. We are going to chain 2, and then the repeat for this round is going to be 2 in the same stitch and then 1 in the next. So whenever you get to a double crochet, no matter where you are in the repeat, you're going to do a triple crochet. So in this first stitch, there's a triple crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 triple crochets. Oops. In that first stitch where I did my chain 2, that doesn't count for anything. And then I'm going to do a triple crochet, 1 triple crochet in the next. Okay, next stitch is going to have 2 double crochets, not triples, 1 double crochet. Next stitch, and then you're just repeating that 2 stitch. 2 double crochets in the same stitch, 1 in the next. 2 double crochets in the same stitch, 1 in the next. 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 1 in the next. We have 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 1 in the next. And then here we're back to our triples. 2 triple crochets in the next stitch, 1 triple crochet in the next, and then now we're repeating with the double crochets. So it'll be 2 double crochets in this stitch, 1 in the next, 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 1 in the next, 2 double crochets in the same stitch, 1 in the next, 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and then you should finish with your second stitch of the increase, 1 in the next. And if you didn't, you'll have to go back and find out where you missed one, because it'll throw off all your count. So we are going to slip stitch to the top of your first double crochet, and then this last round, you see how we're getting like a little oval kind of football shape there. And I know most ovals, if you've been crocheting for a while, they usually start with like a chain 6 or 7, and then they go up and then they go down. I did not like that. It leaves too many gaps. I was like, there's got to be another way. And I just came up with this one. So it's very user friendly and I'm good with it. So the next round is going to be our final round, and these are just all going to be double crochets. We're still increasing though. So we're going to chain up to get 2 to get up to our height, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets in the same stitch. And then 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So the repeat has 4 stitches. It's a 4 stitch count, 2 in one, and then 1 in the next, 1 in the next, and that's it. So we have 2 in the next, 2 double crochets in the next stitch. I'm sorry, my yarn is getting caught up. 1 in the next, 1 in the next, 2 in the next, 1 in the next, 1 in the next, 2 in the next, 1 in the next, 2 in the next, where are we at here? 2, 1, 1. Sometimes what helps me, and this is just me, when I'm doing a double in one stitch, I'll go 2, 1, and then the next stitch 1, 1, and then the next stitch 2, 1. And just in my mind, I'm like, okay, I need to get back to that 1, so I know that I'm doing 1, 1. That's just me. I don't know if you want to incorporate that into your thought process, but that just helps me out. 2 in this one, 1 in the next, 1 in the next, 2 in this one, 1 in the next, 1 in the next, 2 in this one, 1 in the next, 1 in the next, 2 in this one, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, and then again you should end evenly with your stitch count. 1 in the next, 1 in the next, and then again, if you haven't, you'll have to go back and see where you missed one. Slip to the top of your first double crochet, and there you have Bert's. We're gonna chain 1 and cut our yarn. I'm sorry, I lose my train of thought. We have Bert's oval face. Okay, You're going to close that circle up. Oops. Okay, and then now we want to add the ears. Oops, sorry. Grab my yarn, it fell under there. So to add the ears and do it evenly, I'm just going to fold this. Okay, we're going to do one at a time. And let me grab my stitch marker here from Bert's head and just do it on one side, and then I'll know right across to start, right across from it. And then we're just going to attach our yarn however you want to attach. We're going to do 1, 2 into third stitch from where you have your stitch marker. Going down is where you want to attach. Okay. Chain 1, 2, and then it's skip 2, and in that where that stitch marker is, we're going to put 6 double crochets. 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to skip 2. Let me take this stitch marker out here. Skip 2 and then slip stitch and chain 1 in the next one. Fasten off. Okay. We're going to go ahead and fold this again so we can mark the middle of our second ear. We can mark the middle of his face. Okay. We're going to flip our work. Grab our yarn again. We're going to go down 2 stitches from that center stitch, 1, 2, and in the third we're going to attach. Oops, sorry. And then we're going to chain 2. I'm going to go ahead and take this off because it's in the way. And then skip 2 stitches, and in that top of the third double crochet we'll do our 6 double crochets. 2, 3, oops, 4, 5, 6. We're going to skip 2 and then slip stitch, chain 1. I'm totally fumble fingers today. Okay, so, and this is, I know you're thinking, okay, well, this is different. I used a size 5 hook for this. I'm making a whole other set because I'm actually making 2 blankets. And the blanket I'm making for the size 6 hook is going to be bigger than this blanket. So I didn't want, I know you probably, I don't know if anybody caught that or maybe I just brought it to people's attention. Okay, so we're doing the same thing with his hair, only with Bert's hair I only did three stitches, and to do that I just, you know, folded it in half and then marked my center stitch because I know that I'm going to use that stitch. And then I'm pretty sure I doubled up on the yarn. It's hard to tell. Maybe I used 3. And then, you know, the same concept, we'll be doing it. We'll be making his hair in 1, 2, 3. And then again, we're just inserting our hook in our top of our double crochet, pulling it through, and then yarning over. And you know, if you have a lot of hair like this, a lot of strands of yarn, pulling your work up a little bit is going to get it so it will go in there. And then we're just going to pull our yarn. Yeah. Okay. And then we're going to do that one and that one. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make his unibrow, which is pretty much the same thing as Oscar's. It's just not as, it's not going to be as long. You just have to, you know, eyeball it. So I'm going to make a chain, and I'm just going to single crochet back, and that's it. And then I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think 11 is going to do it, just by the looks of it. And if it doesn't, I mean, it's not a big piece that you're doing here. You can always undo it, excuse me, and make it longer. And then just single crochet back. I should have 10 stitches. Let me see. How black is totally hard to see. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Chain 1, and then leave enough yarn so that you can sew it in. It's not going to take that much yarn, but I would leave about 8 inches, 7 to 8 inches, and that should be enough. And then again, you just bunch it up right here. Take a stick pin if you need to, and then just, you know, stick it in there like this, so it will kind of sit still for a minute or set in place. Okay, and then again, his nose is the same as Elmo's. I think I did 10 double crochets and then 2 triple crochets on just a 1 round circle. And then his mouth is going to be the same as with the eyebrow, only I think I just did a chain. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty positive I did. And in some of the pictures, let me get my tablet up here. He doesn't really smile. I don't know if that's going to turn for me. It doesn't really smile. So, I mean, if you wanted to do a straight line across right here, I think it would be okay. Yeah, that's up to you. You can go ahead and do that one, or you could do the straight line across. Like I said, it's totally up to you. So, yeah, if you want to get a copy of this, I went on Google and just looked up Muppet character images, and just a whole slew of them came up. You just have to go through them, and that's how I got that one. So yeah, that's it. This is how you make Bert. In my next video, we're gonna do Big Bird, and then I'm working on a pattern for Kermit, because we have to have Kermit for the Muppets. So yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry it took so long. I appreciate everybody's patience. And again, together we can continue to crochet it forward. And thanks for watching. Bye.